kept dicking you over?
Yeah, I'm playing that stupid Toon Blast.
Oh, Jesus.
I can see you're recording, so today's episode is not sponsored by Toon Blast. I'm just addicted.
This is true. This episode does talk about addiction and CS's crazy addiction for phone games. Anyway.
Oh, bad addiction. Okay.
Bad addiction. Well, what addiction do you have?
TV, games. You know, stuff that won't kill me.
I mean, granted, this is getting to know you, so this is a perfect segue into it.
Getting to know all about you. Is that song just creepy as hell, or is that just me?
It really is. It sounds like the Stalkers' national anthem.
Right? I mean, I thought that was what is it? Every Time You Breathe. Was that
I'll
by
be watching you.
Yeah, I'll be watching you. Yeah. I thought that was the Creepers' national anthem.
That's like they're A and B, one A and B.
You know, originally that song was about like him being a father for the first time, I think. That's what I've heard. And then like he goes, no. It's about being a father and blah blah blah. And he admitted that when I started writing it, it started out that way. And then as I kept going, I realized this is starting to sound really creepy.
Well, before we get down the winding track,
I was gonna say rabbit hole. That is my mind.
I was gonna say the rabbit hole, which is stalking or stalkers. But thank you for joining us on the. I'm sorry, you were gonna say.
We can go from like stalking to Teletubbies in my mind. We've had conversations off the air. We know how my conversations can go.
Exactly. I agree with you. I completely agree with you. But before we get into that, let's just welcome everybody to the first episode of our show. Happy that we finally made it after weeks and weeks of paranoia and other fun stuff. Anyway,
sorry, go ahead. No, go ahead.
So just a brief explanation on how the show is gonna go. So we'll have a couple overarching topics to go with the show, maybe some news stories or whatever. But for this particular episode, our plan is to like the getting to know you thing that we've been talking about. Gonna have some icebreakers, like those like school icebreakers that we had back in the day, but these more adult and smutty nonetheless. That's the right word. I don't know. Is it?
I was never a fan of the word smutty.
Why not?
I don't know.
I mean, I feel like our lives and our friendship is rather smutty, but not with each other.
Ladies. What do you want me to say to that?
I feel like our friendship, we talk about weird shit. That's all I'm saying.
I just, fuck it. I'm Googling the definition.
The definition is, you're gonna make me sound dumb.
No, because okay, you know how people don't like the word moist?
Yes.
I kind of have that with the word smutty. It's not as bad as people with the word moist. I don't know.
You didn't. Well, if you said that before, I wouldn't keep saying it. What's it mean?
Hold on.
Is it like, that doesn't look good? For the record, people, we're having a video conversation as recording this, but we'll see.
I'm pretty sure they could tell by the quality of the audio. Thank you, Skype. You've helped us figure out a problem we've been having for years.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Let's see. Smutty. It's an adjective, no duh, of talk, writing, or pictures. Oh, yeah, you're right.
Of being dirty, yeah. Of that being our lives.
Upset, yeah. Lascivious.
Lascivious, that's a word. Lascivious. Obscene and lascivious.
Yes. Are we obscene? Occasionally.
Thank you. That's my point.
Okay. I mean, what's life without being a little bit of obscene?
Exactly. Like, you gotta be obscene every now and again.
Right.
Or else life's just a bunch of, like, neckties and bullshit.
It would be like living in the TV show, The Andy Griffith Show.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not wrong.
Like, yeah, sure, everything's perfect, but let's be honest, it'd be boring. Don't get me wrong, I love that show. Why? Because life in general, real life, is so crazy and unexpected that laying back and watching a show like the Andy Griffith Show makes you go, it's like fishing.
It's like fishing.
It's like fishing. The show is like fishing.
Have you? All right, leads to this. Have you ever been fishing?
Yes.
Did you enjoy fishing?
When I was a kid, yes. Now, not so much because I can't sit there.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
You know me. I'm always thinking, and it's kind of like me going to the gym. I can't go to the gym either, because I'll be sitting there lifting weight or doing one repetitive thing, i.e., fishing, and my brain will be going, "You could be doing something more productive. You could be like moving shit around your house and having the same effect."
Yeah, but are you gonna come home and move shit around your house?
I mean,
Or
yeah.
Or are you gonna sit down and play video games or watch TV? What's more likely?
Well, let's put it this way: if I when and if I get my own place, when I get my own place, right?
Oh, okay.
That allows me to paint the walls, do what I want in my own house because I'm not renting. I'm going to buy.
Yeah.
At least that's the plan. That's the idea. So
Okay.
I can do whatever I want in my own house within the confines of the law.
Okay.
So I would be painting. I would be buying and moving furniture. Granted, some of this is going to be all when I move in, but we all know how bored I get and how fast I get bored.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
So I would be constantly thinking of ways to improve my own house.
I'm sorry.
What do you mean?
I would hate that. I would hate to be sitting there looking around going, oh, that needs to be painted. Oh, that needs to be trimmed. Oh, that needs to be sanded down.
Yeah.
Like that kind of shit.
Yeah.
That would suck. I am sorry. Because you know me, I sit there and I'm just there.
Yeah, I know. Like whenever I see you watching TV, I always sit there and go, what's going on in his mind? I feel like, and I don't mean this in a bad way, I understand where women are coming from when they walk into a room and their husband or boyfriend is sitting there watching a game and they have that look that you have when you're watching sports.
Are you like my?
Because I know that look, and I know what's going on in your brain, and it's nothing.
It's nothing.
And I understand it, and it's justified. But I also understand why girlfriends and wives and everybody, and life, you know what? I'm gonna be inclusive here. Life partners can sit there and go, I wonder what's going on in their head. Why doesn't he do something productive? I get it. Why? Because I have the same fucking thing in my head.
See, I never knew you did that when we were hang out.
Why do you think I don't like sports?
What's that about sports? It's just like, do you do that when we watch movies?
Occasionally, depends on the movie.
You just look over and go, I wonder what he's thinking about.
No, for movies and stuff, it's mostly nitpicking.
Nitpicking me or the movie?
Nitpicking the movie.
Oh.
Like, that wouldn't happen. He would be reloading by now. He's out of bullets. This is crap.
Okay, I remember
John
this now.
McClane would have done it better.
Just an insight for everybody: don't watch movies with CS. Just throwing that out there.
My ex-girlfriends would tell you, yes, that's true.
By the way,
Dude, we were watching Maleficent,
okay.
and I'm sitting there going, who's the woman that played Maleficent?
That's not Emma Watson, is it?
No.
Seyfried from.
No.
Fuck.
No, she played the Tomb Raider. Angelina Jolie.
There it is.
So Angelina Jolie played the titular character of Maleficent.
Okay.
Have you ever seen the movie?
I have not.
She has wings.
Oh, she's the chick in the black dress with the.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So I'm sitting there with my now ex-girlfriend, and she loves the movie. She's getting into it, and I'm nitpicking the crap out of it and annoying her. Maleficent has these big, god-awful wings, and she's a witch, or like she does magic and everything.
Yeah.
And so I'm sitting there going, why doesn't she just fly wherever she needs to? Well, her wings got clipped. Okay, she's a sorcerer. Why doesn't she magically create something that makes her go faster? It's magic. Why don't you do this? Yeah.
You just sound like a delight.
Oh, dude, if I can't, no, I will make it known that I can't get into a movie.
So you're more of a dinner, like first date kind of guy, not like movies.
Oh no, we can go on a movie. No, if I went on a date, the first thing, here's the advice I was told. On a first date, if you don't know what to do, and the classic thing is dinner and a movie. Well, reverse that. Do movie first, dinner later.
Oh yeah, you told me about this. Yeah.
Yes, the reason being is because the movie will give you something to talk about.
That is a good one.
Yes.
That's a good one.
And I've had pushback on it where people are like, no, you never want to do the movie first. That's because you're doing it wrong. You actually need to have a conversation.
Exactly.
Oh, God.
Well, I did it the other way, just recently too. Like, took a girl to dinner and then the movie, and then when I left, and I remember when you said that, I'm like, fuck, why did I do that instead? Because we had nothing to talk about during dinner.
You're welcome.
Well, anyway, before I forget, this is CS we're talking to, and I'm Kellen. Thank you again for joining us here on this show. I don't think I introduced you.
We're 16 minutes in, and you're just introducing me now.
This is true. Hey, we had a delightful conversation. I'm sorry. By the way, we're 14 minutes in. Thank you.
We're 14?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, so moving along here, since this is a introduction, getting to know you kind of episode, I was thinking we do some.
I'm pretty sure they know me by now with everything I ranted about.
Well, we're gonna get a little deeper into it. Thank you.
Okay, fine.
So since we already know the first stuff about it, a little bit of just adult icebreakers, if that makes sense. So let's start with favorite beer, since we are all about the drinks here at Midwestern Barfly Gazette.
All right, favorite beer. Depends on the time of year.
Okay.
For like late fall and like into winter and winter itself, I'd go with Guinness. Something heavy. For like spring and summer, like right now, I've switched over to Leinenkugels.
Ooh.
And I know how much you hate seltzer.
Yes.
Seltzer, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I will put it like that. This. Leinenkugel, Summer Shandy, their other fruity stuff. They have one that is grapefruit flavored.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty good. I was like, grapefruit, what the hell? Tried it, not bad, not
Yeah.
bad. That's as close to a seltzer that I'll get.
For me on that, I'd have to go with, I'm a cheap bastard. I am very. You just nod right off the bat there.
Dude, every time, where I work, I have to pick up trash, and every time I pick up a Bush, I think of you.
Think of me.
There's a lot of people that drink Bush.
Yes, you're right. I drink the cheaper beers and all that good stuff. Don't roll your eyes at me. Yes, we all know.
I get it. I understand it. Doesn't mean I'm not disappointed.
It's $14 for 30 beers.
Okay.
That's like 50 cents a beer.
Okay. But wouldn't you rather have flavor?
I do have flavor. I just have to drink a lot of them. Please don't be disappointed in me.
Oh God, too late.
Okay. I'll admit I'll have the fancy beers every now and again, but that's just my go-to beer. That's just what I drink.
I'm still disappointed in you. I have nothing else to say but disappointment.
That hurts more though. It's not like I'm mad at you. I'm disappointed in you. It's like a disappointed parent.
Yeah. That's what I was going for.
All right, so the disappointment doesn't continue. Moving on. I'm going to hate myself for asking this. Favorite sport?
All right, for anyone who knows me, what most of you don't, I'm not a very sports person.
He says as he's wearing a baseball jersey.
Excuse me, it's the only jersey I own. And tell the people what it is.
It says USA on it. It's a USA jersey.
Yep. The right sleeve is the stars. The left sleeve is the stripes, and right in the middle it says USA across the chest with Lady Liberty at the bottom.
Okay, it's sick.
That's right. Oh, and on the back it says America and then the number 1. Yeah.
All right, wise ass.
This is my lounging around. I understand why everyone loves to wear jerseys on their days off. They're ridiculously comfortable.
They really are.
Yeah. So I get it. But as far as me in sports, not a fan. Just in general. But if I had to pick one, it would be baseball. And specifically Cubs.
Okay. Respect that.
Just because of the fans.
Just because of the fans?
Yeah.
Just because of the drinking and stuff?
Not the drinking, no. It's more of I want to say this right. Yes, let's go with the loyalty. Because the Cubs, yes, they won recently in 2016, right?
Yes.
Wow, that's a while already. Yeah. But before that, it was 1908?
Yes.
So the fact that they kept coming back and they're used to the constant disappointment of losing, but they kept coming back with a smile on their face and a truck filled with Miller. And the attitude of no matter what, we're going to have a good time.
Jesus. I'd have to say the Cubs too.
Uh-huh.
Just because the Bulls are absolute trash right now. The Bears trash as well.
What's new? Since Jordan left, they went to shit.
Yeah. No, they are the epitome of shit nowadays.
Jordan, we miss you. Come back.
No, he's down He's out in fucking Charlotte running the Hornets right now. And then to round out the icebreakers, favorite adult film star.
You
You like the old school ones, I know.
Yep.
Well, not elderly, but like.
Yeah, Betty White was awesome.
Betty White and Robert De Niro, just wow. Throwing Kathy Bates, that's like a fucking.
The only word that came to mind was geriatric.
Is that a category that you can look up?
I don't know.
I don't know. Let's get away from that.
Yeah, please. Let's steer away. Yeah, I got nothing.
You don't have a favorite adult film star?
I can't name one.
Not one.
Not that's my favorite. No.
Okay, can you go top 5? No particular order.
Asa Akira, number
Okay.
1. Let's see. Mia Khalifa.
Okay.
Gianna Michaels.
There it is.
Yep. Now we're getting to the retired people.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah. See, how you know you're old. Let's see. Naomi Banks.
Okay.
Is that 4?
That's 4, yeah. Do you just like? Can you just not pick between a couple, or like, are you just thinking them?
I'm just think. My mind is like a Rolodex, and I'm just trying to find the right file. Like, while everyone's thinking in binary, I'm thinking like Rolodex analog.
Jesus Christ. Never heard it that way.
Dude, people say I'm an old soul. No, I just hate computers.
I just hate computers.
Let's see, who else? Alexis Texas.
Okay.
And not for her ability, because I know a fun fact.
Okay.
Fun fact. When Disney was looking for names for the character Hannah Montana, one of their first thoughts was, let's name her Alexis Texas. And someone did a Google search.
It was like, no, we can't.
No, we can't do that.
Oh Lord. Now I gotta think of 5. Oh shit. I gotta side with you on Asa and Mia. Eva Lovia. Diamond Jackson.
I wonder if it's depraved that we know who all these people are without Googling them.
You remember how we talked about smuttiness earlier?
True.
And then Bella Dangerous, number 5.
To our audience, we are not depraved.
We're just
bored.
Bored and what's the other
Young.
word I'm looking for?
Young.
Bored, young, and having internet access.
Never waste a Woody.
Jesus Christ.
You've never heard that advice?
I've never heard that advice.
Really?
Never waste a Woody?
Yeah.
No.
Wow.
Never heard that. Is that the age? Is that your age creeping up on you again?
No, that's just me going outside of my house and talking to people.
All right, motherfucker. All right, so let's move to voicemails, why don't we?
All right.
We had some pretty fantastic voicemails. I personally was blown away by the amount of responses that we got, and all of you know that by the words I published last night. You have something to say, sir.
I can't believe how many we got.
Yeah, exactly.
Way to go, guys.
All right, so I do want to throw out there was a good amount to the point where we had to pick and choose what we wanted to put in this episode. Don't worry if yours did not get picked. The plan is we want to do kind of like a dating / relationship. Why are you looking at me like that?
I remember you mentioning this. I just can't remember the details. Keep going.
Okay, so we want to do a dating / relationship episode for next week. And I know a couple of these were about that, so we'll save them for next week because they fall in that realm per se. So on that note, let's start with which one? Since it's hot in the news, since it's a hot topic in the news, excuse me, let's start with this one here.
Hey, Cal. I mean, Colin. Sorry, I don't know this. So I was just wondering how has COVID-19 been affecting the team over at MW Barfly headquarters? And have you guys been taking any special precautions? Big fan. Glad you're doing this.
So yes, that is a great thought. What precautions are you taking with the whole COVID-19 spread?
One that just listen to the advice on the news, but limit your listening to the news.
Yeah, that is true.
Okay.
Okay.
Because I know we've all heard enough of this crap where it's like, okay, we all want to get back to our normal lives, but there are precautions we need to take, such as washing your hands more, or for some of us, wash your freaking hands. 2, if you hear somebody cough, this is directed at elderly people specifically. Just because people cough doesn't mean they have it, so calm down.
Yeah.
Because I'm dealing with my allergies and I cough constantly.
Yeah.
See, 3, specifically, what do I do? Every time I go outside the house, when I come back in, I wash my hands. I limit the amount of times I touch my face when I'm outside. I try not to, but when you think about not doing it, it makes you want to do it more. So it's like,
It's like I got an itch in my eye. What am I gonna do?
It's like that, or my nose itches.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So when I come back inside, I wash my hands. Internally, I drink whiskey.
Internally,
that purifies my insides.
that is good purification.
Yes. And when in doubt, I use the highest proof I can as a substitute for what's that crap called?
Soap?
No, it's more than soap.
Mouthwash.
Not mouthwash.
Oh, hand sanitizer.
Hand sanitizer. That's it. So just wash your hands in whiskey if you can't afford hand sanitizer. I'm kidding. Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that. You hit a lot of great points there. I want to add, if your work supplies it or if you have it, whatever happens, at work I've been starting to wear a lot more like rubber gloves just because I know like my hands get dry as a motherfucker doing like washing and Purelling and all that. Mm-hmm. So they start to split, bleed. More problems there with a pandemic going on. Mm-hmm. So all I do is I just throw rubber gloves on, go about my day. Even though it's still hands dirty, you don't want to touch your face. It just helps a lot more in the end.
And every time you think about don't touch your face, like I said before, it makes you want to touch your face more.
And that's worse with like long hair, like how I have, because I want to like brush it out of my face.
Dude, why do you think I shaved my head?
Well, you know I can't shave my head. I got a big fucking head.
Well, how fast is your off topic a little? How fast does your hair grow?
Not bad. Like I get maybe one haircut a month, maybe 2.
Okay. See, I get about that, maybe a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because let's call a month like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
3-4 weeks. I get one haircut a month.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it goes by pretty fast. Like this, for those of you who can't see, I did my own haircut horribly.
You had the back looking like a wave.
Oh God, the back looks like a surfer could just rock my hair. The reason I had to cut my hair is because I'm one of those people that can't stand long hair. Like if it touches my ears, if it lays over my ears, it drives me nuts. It really drives me crazy. I can't sleep at night. It'll like mat in the back of my head and down my neck. It feels like I'm laying on a fat sweaty guy.
Fat sweaty guy.
But yeah. What?
How do you deal with having a beard then? Because that's gotta like fuck your shit up too.
Dude, again, for those of you who can't see, I have a small goatee minus the mustache.
Goatee, my bad.
Yeah, no worries. It's trimmed. It's very trimmed if you can see it.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. So it's there. It's just, how to put this? It's like if it was on my head, I'd be considered balding.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. And to put into perspective, his is nice and trimmed and short. Mine, I look like I just stepped out of the woods, basically.
Can you tell me your nickname?
Bigfoot?
The nice one. Yes, Bigfoot.
Yeah,
the nice
Bigfoot.
one.
The nice one. All right. So moving on from that, which one do we want to go to? Oh, let's do this one. So we'll move on to this next one here.
Hey, Kellen, dude, I love your energy, man. Been following your Instagram page, and I don't know how you do it, bro. You've been giving me a lot of positivity through these hard times, so I'd love to know how you keep that same energy, bro. And what your favorite beverage of all time is. Best, Lewis.
All right, so that is a great question with positivity and such, because we are in the middle of some hard times and whatever. Personally, drinking helps a little bit. Drink responsibly.
I drink responsibly, but it also helps that we're both kind of introverts.
That's true. It's true.
Because honestly, I was scrolling through Facebook the other day, not to steal this from you, not to steal the question from you, but yeah, see if this is true for you. I was scrolling through Facebook the other day, and it said, you're an introvert when there's a quarantine in place and you really don't notice a change in life. Because honestly, I don't. Like, I'm out of work, but besides work, I really don't notice a difference.
That hits home on so many levels. Because you know me, I come home, I work on this. That's my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, mine is come home, have a drink, watch a movie, try to think of something to write, realize I can't because I'm dyslexic.
For those of you who don't know, I correct all of his articles.
He does. He makes me sound nicer.
But anyway, let's get to the positivity of it. So on Instagram, we like to put a lot of memes per se. Some stuff will be like real life stuff that we take pictures of, but memes, man, I just think what's funny to me and just go with it. And everybody seems to like it, so I just keep doing what I'm doing. Because if I start to change what I'm doing, I feel like those who do like it now aren't just gonna say, whatever. So I just keep living me, doing me, and keep rolling with that.
Because if you're not true to yourself, you're not true at all. So if you're lying to yourself,
Yeah.
it's not worth doing.
Yeah. Like, that's the thing that we need to remember on here. Like, if we're not doing stuff that we enjoy, then there's no love in it, actually. There's no, like, greater, like, meaning behind it. It's just like, oh, people like this, so we do this. It's like, no, we do what we want to do, and if people like it, there we go.
Mm-hmm.
It's the best way to do it.
Yep.
All right, let's switch over to... Oh, here's a good one. So let's switch over this one and shift a little bit of gears there.
Hey there, Zane Bentley here. I got two questions for you. First one is, what sport do you think you guys are going to miss the most? And the second one is actually, which video game do you think is the best replay value, specifically classic games? You know, just trying not to go crazy. All right, thanks, bye.
So for this one, let's split it up between the two of us. I'll take the sports half, and then you take the video game half. So how about you start with the video games?
All right, for the video game one, let's see, what has the most replayability was the question, right?
Yeah, like a classic game.
Yeah. For me, well, the classic games to me are like again, old soul and binary versus digital. When I hear classic, I think Atari.
Okay.
I don't have an Atari. I wish I did, but I don't. So I am stuck with. Stuck with sounds really bad, but I'm in the middle of a move, so most of my stuff is packed away, mainly my computer and everything.
Yeah.
So I am playing a lot of PS4 games. Right now, I am playing. I cannot stop playing Ghost Recon Wildlands, just because I love the vastness of it. If you've ever played it before, no?
I have not.
Oh, so it takes place in a fictional Bolivia where the entire country has been taken over by a drug lord, and the entire country now produces cocaine.
Okay, well then.
Yeah. The whole country of Bolivia the government hated the game to the point where they banned it.
Okay.
And it's actually fantastic. You got to look into how they made it because it's fantastic. The developers actually went through the entire country taking photos, meeting with the people, talking to them, and they mapped out the entire country and built the entire country in game.
Oh wow.
Yeah, the map is massive. But yeah, I can't stop playing it just because the graphics, they're okay.
Yeah.
But the sheer vastness and the views that come with the size of the map are just gorgeous.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm basically, it allows me to be outside without being outside.
It's that introvert wanting to extrovert feel kind of thing.
Right.
With an extra like shooting aspect to it.
I was gonna go with Ghost Recon, so you're outside but no one knows you're there.
That is the ultimate introvert, I'm gonna say. All right. And then for the sports part, dude, college basketball, because we were just getting right into the tournament, and my Illini, they actually were doing good this year. That program has been not great ever since 2005 and a couple of the preceding years. But like those boys, they were able to come up to, I think they ended 4th in the Big Ten, and they were destined to make the tournament. I personally think, I love those guys. I think they could have at least made the Sweet 16, the Elite 8, maybe even further, because it just all changes in the tournament. So yeah, I gotta say college basketball. And I'm gonna miss this team because a few of those guys are probably gonna leave next year. But we'll just rebuild and see what happens.
Yeah.
So then moving on from there, let's go with this one.
Hi guys,
Big fan, calling in with a couple questions during the quarantine. I'll limit it to one per day. This one's for Kellen. Kellen, what book has affected your life the most, and or what's your favorite book? What's the one that keeps you coming back and helps inspire you on a daily basis? Okay, thanks so much for all your hard work, guys. Can't wait to hear from you at the podcast. Bye bye.
All right, that is a fantastic question. Book wise, I don't know what would encompass my life. That is very deep, and that's a good thinking question that I'd have to get back to you on that. Favorite book though, I'd have to say the I Hope You Serve Beer in Hell, or like that series that Tucker Max wrote back in the day that they made a movie about. That's probably like one of my favorites I keep coming back to, because I'm a big fan of like the individual stories in there, and he's got like individual stories going throughout the book. Side note though, this is not what you would call a vacation book, because if you just keep reading each story over and over, like for a flight or like by the pool or whatever, it might get a little redundant. But it's good to like come to like, oh, it's a funny story. Here we go. Okay, bye. Or read 2 in a row. Okay, bye. Whatever. But yeah, definitely that kind of stuff really gets me going when it comes to reading, comes to books.
Let's see. For me, let's see. What does CS think encompasses his life? You know what? I'll go with a goodie. I'll go with a oldie but a goodie. Green Eggs and Ham.
Eggs and ham.
That encompasses my life. Because why not? It teaches. What did it teach me as a child? Always try new things, even if they look disgusting. Seriously, who the hell came up with the Green Eggs and Ham?
Was it Dr. Seuss?
It was Dr. Seuss, but I want to know, like, was he the original one that went, hey, green eggs and ham? Or was it like some asshole on the street going, you're Dr. Seuss, right? I got a good topic for you.
Green Eggs and Ham.
Right. But, okay. But favorite book. I read a lot. I don't finish a lot of books, but I read a lot.
I feel like that's the point of reading, though.
To finish a book?
Yeah.
Yeah, but like I start a book like because it has good reviews and everything, then I just get bored. Like before this, I was reading The Devil in the White City.
Okay.
It's about Chicago, and it's about the World's Fair, right? And it's a good topic, but it'll bore the pants off you if you're not into construction, or not construction, but architecture, and if you're not into like history of Chicago. Like what I liked about the book and what kept me coming back, besides my structured, you have to read a chapter a day, is, yes, I'm holding it, by the way, is there's a side story that covers the story of H.H. Holmes. Do you know who H.H. Holmes is? H.H. Holmes is credited as being America's first serial killer.
Wow.
I know, it's voting well for me. Thank God I didn't choose this one as encompasses my life.
Green Eggs and Ham is looking pretty good right now.
I know. But like I said, it's a side story, but I wish the writer would have focused on this more, but his background is architecture. H.H. Holmes, and I've done background research into this guy, is incredible. Downright deplorable, but incredible nonetheless, just because if you know what he did this. So right before the World's Fair, when he moved from wherever he moved from, no one really knows much about him. He had this hotel built, and the way he built it was he'd have staircases leading to nowhere, rooms with no floors, doors that led to the outside of the building. So you'd walk up a flight of stairs, go down the hall, open the door, and it'd just drop you into the street. Right? So it was like a really bad silent movie kind of hotel, right?
Okay.
But he was serious about it. He'd have a section of the hotel built, and then fire all the foremans and all the construction guys, and then he'd hire new ones, just so no one knew anything about the hotel, or no one knew the complete picture except for him.
Okay.
He was a sick man.
Moving from there,
Yeah.
and I chuckle at this because of the sudden left turn we're about to take from what we're talking about. So let's play this, and then we'll talk about it here.
Hey, so I'm curious about your take on the German custom where men sit down to pee when using a public toilet. I've read it's more hygienic because there's less splashback, but I want to know if you would react to such a thing in the U.S. And then on a kind of related note, but slightly different, do you have a take on those things called poo shells that I saw while traveling in Northern Europe? Google it if you need a visual, but basically you can imagine it's a little shelf that is supposed to catch your poo so that you can take a peek before flushing for any health or diet purposes. I would love to know if you have any insight on that. Anyway, stay safe, and I look forward to hearing from you.
All right. Before we jump further into this, I do want to start from the beginning there.
Hold on. I love this question.
I love this question.
Kudos to you for calling in and asking us. This is the kind of stuff we actually love to think about and answer. Granted, disgusting, but it's necessary.
And let's preface that though. We love all these questions, but if you can get something that'll get us thinking in different ways, like this one, then that takes the cake there.
Yes.
So I do want to start with that splashback part.
Mm-hmm.
How often do you get splashback when you're peeing?
I mean, okay, is it early in the morning, late at night? How tired am I? Am I paying attention to how often I am?
Well, okay, so you're saying it depends on the time of day.
I mean, not really, because, well, yes and no. The reason I'm hesitant to answer is because we've all had those moments where you wake up to go pee. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning. You're still like tired. You don't know where you are.
Yeah.
And it just rushes out of you.
Yeah.
So yes, I've had splashback, but very minor.
Okay. You see, me personally, splashback only really occurs when I'm drunk off my ass. And like, you know what I'm talking about, when you're drunk and you come in and you forget to like lift the seat to get like a bigger target.
Yeah.
And it's just like and it just starts hitting there, just splashing on you.
Well, I always lift the seat, so.
Oh, when you're hammered?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know then, because I sometimes forget then. I just outed myself right there. But going through that.
Single ladies.
Hey, single ladies, I pee on the seat. If we had a store, that would be a T-shirt. Single ladies, I pee on the seat.
You should start making a list of all these quotes for T-shirts.
Oh Jesus.
We really should.
We really should. When we go back and edit this, we'll figure that out. All right, so starting with the German custom, I'm gonna say I would be surprised if I I'd definitely be surprised if I saw it, because I don't know why I'd be seeing a man sitting down peeing or watching that. But I'd give it a shot. I'd give it a shot. I'm not saying I sit when I pee, but because it's a different culture, but I'd give it a shot if I was in that area.
Okay. For me, I'll out myself. I'll out myself. That's fine. So let's see. It's my house. I want to be comfortable. So you're damn right. Occasionally I'll sit when I pee. Because I'm a tall and big dude. I want to take weight off my feet. So,
what about if you're in Germany, like out and about?
In Germany?
Yeah.
They got trees.
Jesus Christ.
I mean,
you're gonna step outside the bar, look for a tree, and just whiz away.
Yeah, and when they ask me, what are you doing? I can just say, I'm making pisswater.
Jesus.
Or in their language, pisswater. Oh, wait. Pisswasser. Pisswasser.
Pisswasser?
Pisswasser.
I can't tell if you're right or wrong on that, but let's go with that.
That's it. I'm sorry?
I can't tell if you're right or wrong on that, but let's go with that. Moving off of that, the poo shelf.
Yes.
You want to start with that?
Can I tackle this one?
Yeah, you can go right ahead.
All right. Okay. Let me backtrack a little. Let me explain a little bit why I love these two questions.
Okay.
My dad's an ex-plumber, a retired plumber.
Okay.
So there you go.
Yeah.
I did have to Google this. I'm not sure if you did.
I absolutely did.
Kudos to her for having us Google this. And this is going to be my history forever. I never want to see these fucking images again. Although there is one here. It looks like someone's demonstrating it, and they just put...
you put a chocolate bar?
Yeah, they Caddyshacked it. So, one, I didn't know this was a thing. Okay? So that's why we had to Google it. Two, is it a good idea? Was that the question? I can't remember.
Just what's your take on it?
My mind always goes to emergencies. Like, what's the worst thing that can happen, right?
Oh, okay.
Imagine you're drunk. I'm assuming this toilet. I'm sorry, I keep jumping around, but I'm imagining this toilet is used by older, more senior people, because, like you said, it was used to check their excrement, right?
Check their shit, yeah.
Yeah. So it was used to check their samples. So imagine if you're really connected to your family and you're having a party over at grandma and grandpa's house. You're 21. You're having a beer drinking contest with one of your cousins, one of your brothers, whatever. You're having a beer drinking contest with your family. You take it a little too far. You get sick. You run to the nearest bathroom, and it's one of these toilets.
Oh, I never...
Imagine, now we covered the topic of splashback. Let's talk about the splashback with this. Now, there's two ends to every human being. Technically three, but two for every human being, right? You got the mouth and you got the pooper shooper. Or the poop shooter. Imagine if you have violent butt pee.
Violent? Oh my god.
I'm sorry to be disgusting, but the splashback on that alone, you're going to need a shower.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I know we're in a toilet paper shortage right now, but even if we weren't, there wouldn't be enough toilet paper in the world to fix that.
Not only that, going back to your puking part,
yeah,
that would not be a good thing to see. Because obviously, like you said, you were drinking, you're going to come in, let it go, and it's just going to be...
Right.
It will be splashback.
Right. And aiming's a bitch.
If you got to aim your puke in that little crevice at the front, it would never work.
And back to what you were saying originally. Imagine if you were drunk and trying to take a piss, and that was your only toilet.
That would make the biggest mess. Let me pause there. Peeing on the seat would not equal the mess that would create.
Right.
It would not.
Yeah.
Because like if you I don't know if you remember my bathroom, but in my bathroom there's the toilet. In front of it there's like a mirror. To the left of it there's like a window, like shower thing, and to the right of it's the sink.
It's very 70s-esque.
Oh, 100%. You could see it on the mirror, you could see it on the shower, you could see it all over the sink. It will be everywhere. And your eyes widen like you just
yeah. When this Corona bullshit is over, every time I come over to your house, I'm bringing Clorox wipes.
It's not like I pissed everywhere.
You're giving me nightmares, man.
I don't have one of these poop shelves.
I know.
All right. With that, I think we should call it there.
I don't want to say goodbye.
You know, well, what do you want to talk about?
I don't know.
I don't know. No, we'll be back next week. With next week we're planning on having a love, relationship, dating, whatever edition of this show. Why you want to get dating advice from us, I don't know, but we'll go with that.
I can't wait to do this one.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, it's going to be fun.
Thank you all for listening. Thank you, CS, for coming on. Always remember, you could check out our show on the website, mwbarflygazette.com, as well as our YouTube channel. Just look up the Midwestern Barfly Gazette. We also have some challenge videos on there too, on both ends. So you can check those out as well. Check out more content on our website as well. Thank you so much again. See you guys next week. Take care.
Later.